Hi everyone, and I am here to make a video on my experience with having my daughter diagnosed with clogged tear ducts to where we are right now. So this is going to be part one of where I'm talking about this stage and then what's to come after the next stage. So if you've never watched one of my videos, hi, my name is Cheryl. I mostly make videos just for me. However, I like to make a few videos like this just because there isn't a whole lot of information out there, or if I just find it interesting, I make videos. So my daughter is almost 15 months and we are just about to have her tear duct probing procedure this coming Friday. So in a few days we will be having that done. So that will be my part two when I talk about that after and during and all of that will be my part two. So if you'd like to find out about where we started and how we got to where we are right now, stick around and keep watching. So let's get started with, I noticed probably around 3 months or just before that probably that she definitely seemed to have something going on with her eyes. They were getting really kind of gooky and I thought she just had eye infections. Wasn't sure how it was happening, so we were prescribed drops a few times. And I mean, I was doing everything from like breast milk to like physical manipulation massages. I tried it all and they didn't seem to do anything but either make the like guckiness kind of get worse, which I guess is good to get it all out, but it really wasn't slowing down the tears at all. So around 6 months, I said to her doctor that I would like for her to see a specialist. I was just told by my doctor, wait till she's a year, it goes away, leave it alone, just do the manipulation, right, do the massage. Basically that's all they told me to do. That's what her doctor told us to do. Just kind of leave it alone and just do the massage. It'll go away on its own. I was following their advice, but I still wanted a second opinion. Someone who's seen a lot more of this. So it's a specialist, so it took a while to get the appointment. We finally got in, and because she was so young, they kind of pushed us ahead a little bit. And I also was noticing, sorry, I should also mention this is another reason why our doctor was like, sure, you can go ahead and see the specialist, optometrist, ophthalmologist. So she was also having a lot of problems with her eyes going outward, especially one would go outward a little bit more. Now lots of babies go inward and they're not too concerned with that as much because sometimes that's more of like an optical illusion or they're just kind of learning the muscles in their eyes, but because it was going outward was concerning me. And on my husband's side of the family, they do have some eye issues. So with all that said, we were referred, and so we saw the ophthalmologist, and pretty much he's like, yep, she has clogged tear ducts, and yes, she has this, and I honestly can't remember the name of it, exo something, with the eye turning outward. And so that information, he said, I'm going to send you to a pediatric ophthalmologist. So I only saw that ophthalmologist one time and then was referred to a pediatric ophthalmologist. We saw her, the pediatric ophthalmologist, and she basically said the same thing about the tear ducts, let's wait and see. She said, you can try the massage, honestly, but if she's giving you a hard time, don't like beat yourself up about it. Like if you miss a day or here or there, it's not the end of the world because there is no studies showing that that actually does help clear it up. Sometimes they just, you know, open up on their own and unclog. So I should also mention that my daughter has both eyes that are affected by the tear duct issue. Most other people that I've ever talked to only ever had one. So I don't know if that's maybe just something she was born with, small ducts, or the pediatric ophthalmologist also said sometimes there's like a little membrane over one of the ducts, or yeah, because there's like 4 ducts. Can be kind of like just on the part of the eye in there. That is just like a little bit of skin or membrane that goes over, preventing the tears from draining. So a year came around, we had seen the ophthalmologist, and she's been checking her sight, checking the turnout. The turnout had really kind of developed very well. Her strength in her eye muscle really seemed to fix itself. I mean, obviously with anybody's eyes, I mean, they can go all kinds of directions depending on what you're looking at, where you're looking, and all those different things. So we're not too concerned with that. And she said she checked her vision was good, so those things were great. Just the tear duct thing was still on the table. And so she said we went to one of the appointments, I think it's every 3 months we went. So we went around like 6 or 7 months, and then we went again closer to a year, and then we had to go back again now at like 14 months because she said more than likely you'll have to book the surgery when you come back. When we saw her at a year, she said, I'll book you a little bit sooner just because I have a feeling that I get busier come the fall, so let's get you in so that we can get this kind of on the road here so you don't have to be waiting. And my concern was with winter coming up, with the tears running down. She goes outside and her cheeks are going to get really, really chapped really badly. Because the tears are always streaming down. And people are always commenting, she's crying, what's wrong? And you know, that's just something that I have to deal with. You know, I kind of gets under my skin a little bit because I'm just like, look at her, she's smiling, she's happy, don't worry about her, like, it's just tears. And so anyways, so we went for that appointment, and we're told basically, we had a lot of questions about like, can we leave it still and see what happens? What are the odds? What are the chances? A lot of, you know, questions about what are the success rates of this surgery, questions like that, and what kind of anesthesia they'll be using. So we had an opportunity to talk to specifically our surgeon and get all those types of questions answered that weren't answered in like the little pre-package that we were given. So basically, she said, you know, if you go to any ophthalmologist, they're going to say that's a tear duct issue. The fact that it hasn't gotten any better or resolved itself by now, you know, you just get it done. And they said results are pretty much instant, so within 24 hours after the probing, you should see the tears just, you know, running through properly. The success rate is pretty high. The risk is very low. The risk is just of infection in the eye, so you have some antibiotic eye drops for after the surgery, or I keep saying surgery, sorry, the procedure. So the probing is basically the surgeon just takes a probe, and it's a long one, so it goes all the way in the tear duct down where it should. So she goes through each one of the ducts on each eye, which only takes a few minutes per eye. Hopefully they're just using the mask anesthesia, which is what we've been told for right now. And then she'll be awake after they do a probing. So that's all they do. There's nothing else involved. There's no balloons. There's no, they're not widening anything. They're just taking the length of the probe, and that's it. Or if there is like that membrane across like any of the tear ducts, that will obviously get punctured or removed to allow the tears to flow properly. So if you have any questions, or if I left something out, which I probably did, please feel free to write them down below, and look out for part 2 if you're interested, to see how everything goes. So wish us luck for Friday, and I thank you for watching, guys. Bye for now.